Now I will show you on the auto identify. All right. So for the auto identify, all right. So like I said just now before lunch, when you want to do anything regarding the drawing, or you want to do the auto identify, you need to go to the identify tab here, right? So you just need to click on this identify tab, and then here when you are in, right now we are in beam element, right? So when we are in beam element, as you can see here, we got another step to do the auto identification for the beam. All right. So the first step is actually a pit sideline. All right, pit sideline of the beam. The next step is pit label of the beam. And then the third step is auto identify. And then this one is on the identification check. For example, if you want to check your beam, you can just click on this one. All right. So let me show you first on how to do the auto identify. All right. So basically here, so as you can see here, pit sideline of the beam. So where is the sideline of the beam? Same goes as the column. Here is the sideline of your beam. All right, so you need to click on this one, and then pit label. So label of the beam is here, GV9 150 times 450. So you need to click on this one, and then we can auto identify. All right, so let me do first. Okay, so first thing first, click on the pit sideline. All right, just remain select by layer here. All right, and then you need to select the sideline of your beam. All right, so once you select it, you can see that the sideline changed to blue in color. All right, once you click, you need remember to right click to confirm. All right, right click to confirm. So select the sideline, right click to confirm, and then click on the pit label here, and then find your beam label. All right, click on your beam label, and then it changed to blue one, and then right click to confirm. All right, so once you right click to confirm, just press this auto identify. All right, just click on this auto identify. All right, so you just need to click on yes here. And then once you click on it, you can see that our software already auto identify all the beam that is in the ground floor. All right, so that one is on the auto identify. All right. And then as I said just now, because maybe sometimes it is because of drawing, so you need to check again your drawing whether all the beam already being captured. All right. So for example, as you can see here, should be here got another got GV5, but our software unable to detect it because there is no line here, right? So what you can do in this situation is that, for example, if you want to do the adjustment, just now we already do auto identify, and then suddenly maybe you want to do the adjustment for this beam. So which step that you need to go? Is it identify or draw tab? Anybody can answer to my question. For example, if you want to do adjustment at this beam, which step that we need to use? Identify tab or draw tab? Alia, Maisara, Wan Aisyah, Zin maybe can give me your opinion on which step we can use in order to adjust this beam. All right, Alia said me a draw. Okay, how about others? All right. For Chin, already let him in. Okay, Khairil, draw. Okay. All right. Yes, correct. You are correct. Just now, when we are doing the auto identify, we do in the identify tab. But right now, for example, we want to adjust this beam. What we can do is we need to go to the draw tab here. All right. Go to the draw tab here. So in the draw tab, you can see that we have modify tools here. For example, we have extend, trim, rotate, break, merge, mirror, align, split, and also enclose. So for this case, the beam should be, the GV5 should be until here, right? GV5, but our software able to detect until here only. So what we can do is we can use this extend function here. All right, we can use this extend function. All right, so how we can actually do, how we can actually use this extend function is, all right, so the first thing is we need to click on this extend function, and once you click on it, you can see here, select a target line as the extend boundary. Right click to exit. So you need to select the target line. All right, so for example, this is your beam. So you want your beam up until here, right here. So you need to select this line. All right, you need to select your target location first. All right, so you just need to click you just need to click on this one. All right, this one at the center here, and then right click to confirm, and then you just no need to right click, but you just need to click on the beam that you wish to extend. So for example, just now I want to extend my GV5. So you just click on the GV5. And then once you click on it, you can see that your beam already extended up until here. All right. That one is on the on how you can actually use the extend function. All right. So maybe I can repeat again. All right. So here, as you notice here, our GV5 should be up until here, right? But our software able to detect, our software able to detect up only until here. So what we can do is actually we need to extend the beam. So how we can actually extend the beam? Use at the draw tab here, use the extend function. All right, click on the extend, select the target line. All right, select the target line. You wish the beam to extend. So for example, I want the beam to extend until here. So you just need to click on here, and then the next thing that you need to do is you need to choose or select the beam that you wish to extend. So right now I want to extend this beam. Just click on this GV5, and then once you click, you can see that the beam already being extended until here. All right. That one is on the manual, and then you need to right click to confirm. All right, so that one is on how you can actually do how you can actually extend the beam. All right, maybe you can do for 5 minutes on the auto identify the beam, and then you can try to extend this GV5. All right, and then once you are done, and you maybe if you have any question, you just put in the chat. But if you're done doing the beam, you can put in the chat as done beam. All right. All right. Hafiz already done his beam. Good. How about others? For Zin you want me to repeat for the auto identify or the extend beam? For Zin extend. All right. Sure can. All right. For the extend, okay. All right. So as I mentioned just now, if we after every auto identify, what we need to do is actually we must check our drawing, because sometimes if the drawing is not so good, our software unable to detect all the beam. All right. So what we can do is, for example, here we can see that GV5 should be extend until here. All right, until here, but our software able to detect up until here only. So what we can do in order to extend the beam until here. All right. So what we can do is actually at the draw tab here. All right. Go to the extend here. Click on the extend. All right. Next is select the target line. The target line means where is the line that you want your beam to be extended. For example, I want my GV5 extend until this area. All right, until this area. So you just click on this line, this area. All right, click on it, and then you just need to choose to click the beam that you wish to extend. For example, this one GV5. So click on this one, and then once you click on it, you can see that the beam already being extended up until here. All right. So once you're already done, you just need to right click to confirm. Is it okay, Zin'er? All right. I have a question. The beam GV5 is not in the same size, is it? Is it okay to calculate once? Means the same size means based on the drawing, right? For Alia Maisara. Yes. In that case, for example, you find out maybe the beam label here, if it is different from the drawing, in that case you need to confirm with your architect first whether to follow which detail, whether to follow the drawing or to follow the label here. But for today's training, we just need to follow this one, and that one I just explained to you because I want you to understand the function on how you can actually do the extend beam lah. Is it okay for Alia Maisara? All right. So, for example, in a company, and for example, if you want to do the taking off, and then suddenly you find that there is discrepancy. All right. So that one you need to check with your architect first whether to use which details. All right. All right. So that one is for the beam. So everyone clear on how to identify the beam and also how to extend the beam. All right. So the next thing that I want to show you is actually you can, all right, so maybe you can try to find your GH5 first, all right? As you can see here, our GH5 here got two height, two thickness, all right? 150 width times 450 times 500. All right, this one we got two thickness. So in that case, what we can actually do if we have, for example, we already identified this one as one beam. All right, this one as one beam. And then right now, we want to break it to two beam because right now we have two thickness. All right, two height. So currently our GH5 here is 450 mm height. Right. So what we can do if you want to, for example, for now I just assume this part as 500 mm high. Sorry. And this part is 450 mm high. So what we can do, yes, Nur Fatiha, yes, you are right. We need to break the beam. All right. So what we can do in order to break the beam, all right. So you need to go to here, break here at the draw tab. Remember to go to the draw tab here and then click on the break. All right, click on the break. And then the next, you can see here, select entity, right click to confirm. So now we want to break this GH5 beam. All right, so just click on this beam and then right click to confirm. All right, so once you right click, you can see there's got another instruction. Select the breakpoint, all right, and right click to confirm. So for today, by right, you should refer to your details drawing. But for today, in order to show you how we can actually break the beam, I just assume this one is our breakpoint. All right, this one is our breakpoint. So I just click on this here in the middle part here. So I just click. And then once you click on it, you can see that there is a white X here. All right, so that means this is our breakpoint. All right, so once you choose your breakpoint here, you can right click to confirm. You need to right click to confirm. And then once you're done, you can see that right now we have two pieces of beam. All right, so GH5 just now already being separated into two beam. All right. Okay. Okay, for just for your information, as you can see here, in our column, we got column bracket C, right? So this one is actually a shortcut for you if, for example, you are doing the beam. And then, for example, if you want to view the 3D, you don't want any other element to disturb you, you can just press C. Press C means you want to hide the column, all right? And then when you want to show the column again, just press C again, and then you can see your column here. All right. So for this case, I just hide my column first because I want to show you to show to you. All right. So just now I already break the GH5 into two pieces. So the next thing that I need to do is actually, for example, here I want to change it as 500 height. So what you need to do is you just need to click on this beam. All right, click on this beam and then go to this attribute editor. All right, in this attribute editor, and you need to go to this name, and then you just write first. For example, GH5 500. All right, so you just rename it as another beam, another name. And then once you rename the name, and then you can change the height to 500. All right, so once you change the name and also the height, and then you click on enter, and then you can see here. All right, you can see here. Let me sort first. All right, so you can see here. This is our original GH5, which is this one. And then we got another additional GH5 500. All right, GH5 500. So that is the way on how you can actually break the beam. So when you click on here, maybe you want, for example, you already done this one, and then suddenly you want to find the beam is located in which area. So you just need to go here, right click, and you just need to select here, quick find entity. All right, quick find entity, and then once you click on it, the software able to bring you to the beam that you are looking for. All right, that one is on the break function and how to adjust the thickness of the beam. So once you adjust it, you can see, for example, I hide this beam first because I want to show to you. Okay, in order to hide, it's up to you if you want to do or not. But for me, I want to do it because I want you to see the difference between this beam and this beam. All right, so you just need to click on this beam, right click, and I click on the hide selected entity. Hide selected entity here. All right. So once I hide, we cannot see that beam. All right. So as you can see here, right now we already have two different height, two pieces of beam with different height. All right. So are you able to understand on how we can actually break the beam and change the name and also the height of the beam? If yes, you can proceed to do by yourself. If not, you can just mention in the chat box, and then I will try to repeat for you. All right. And then if you're done this one, you can put in the chat box as done break. All right. Wow. You guys are fast learner. All right. So done break, right? Done break, yeah. All right. Good. So once we done breaking the beam, all right. So as you can see here, all right. As you can see here, right now our beam, our bottom part of the beam is not in the same level. All right, in the same level. So for example, if I want to, let me try to draw for you first. So right now our beam is like this one, and then got another piece here. right? So what we can do if we want to have a straight line, have a same level at the bottom here. For example, right now our beam like this, and we want to change it to like this. So what we can do is actually, all right. All right. All right. So what we can do is actually, you need to, sorry. All right. So you need to click on this beam, for example, this beam. And then this one, you want to move it the bottom elevation up similar with this one, right? So what you can do is you click on this beam, and then you can see here, it is on the floor start top elevation and end top elevation. All right, start top elevation and end top elevation. So for this one, I will explain further to you later what is actually mean by start top elevation and end top elevation. So before that, I will show you on how we can adjust the elevation here. So you can see here in the start top elevation, got floor bottom elevation. So floor bottom elevation here. So in the floor bottom elevation here, you can see what is the difference between this beam and this beam. All right, for example, just now I already, let me draw it to you again. So right now our beam is like this. All right, this one is 450 and this one is 550. So what is the difference here? Here should be 50 mm, right? So here should be 50 mm. So what we can do in order to move the beam up with the same level to this beam is actually we can adjust it here. So just now I said the difference is 50 mm. So we need to, at the start top elevation, you just double click on it, and then you just add 0.05, means 50 mm. All right, so once you click on it, you can see that our beam will be changed. For example, I click, right, enter, and then you can see our beam already, the elevation of our beam already been changed. All right. That's how you can actually adjust your elevation, your entity elevation. So maybe you can do that first, and then once you're done, you put in the chat as a done adjust. All right. So for one, Anisha, I will repeat again. All right. So for example, right now our beam is like this. All right. And then we want to change it. Maybe I need to open my, all right. So right now our beam is like this. All right. This one is the first beam here. All right. This one is on this beam, and then the second piece is here. Right. So right now this is our GH5, but we already break it into two pieces, and then right now the thickness of this one, the height of this one is 450, and then the height for this one is 500. So what is the difference? What is the difference here? So it should be 50 mm, right? So how we can adjust this beam to, we want to adjust it as, for example, Sorry. This one should be all right. Okay. So right now, when we already done breaking the beam and after we adjust the thickness of the beam, you can see here, all right. You can see here, this is our beam. For example, we have this one 450 and this one is 500. So the difference here is actually 50 mm, right? Here, the difference here is 50 mm. All right. So right now we want to adjust it. For example, this one we have one beam. And right now we want to adjust it to here. Sorry. All right. So we want to adjust it like this. So how we can actually do this is actually we need to adjust the floor bottom elevation here. All right. In order to adjust the floor bottom elevation here, because we need to all right, so this is the difference, right? So you want to move the beam to the bottom part. What we need to do is we need to do the adjustment in the the start top elevation. All right, in the start top elevation, we got a few options, but for the beginners, I will just leave it as default, which is the floor bottom elevation here. All right, so you need to click on your beam first. All right. So make sure you click on your beam. All right, for example, I want to do adjustment in this beam. All right, and then I go to the start top elevation here and floor bottom elevation. And then I just need to plus 0.05. And then once I click enter, you can see that my beam already moved to the top. All right. Is it okay for one, Aisha? All right. So you guys already done adjusting your beam, right? All right. So we already done with our beam. All right. We already done with our beam. The next element that I want to show to you is actually on slab. All right. On slab. All right. For the slab, all right. Currently, we already done all our beam, and we want to proceed to the slab. So you just go to the slab element here. All right. So under slab, we have a few types of slab: in situ slab, precast slab, spiral slab, ramp, drop panel, and slab opening. You can use it based on your drawing. But for today's, based on our training material today, I'm going to use this in situ slab. All right. So you just need to click on this in situ slab, and the step is similar. When you click on the element, the next thing that you need to do is creating the element first. All right. You need to create the element. So as you can see here, when you press on this one, we got one option only, which is the in situ slab. So you need to click on this one. All right. So when you click on this one for the slab, all right. So this one is currently we are now at our ground floor, right? So for example, our slab we have three type of slab, which is we have S1 and then S2 150 mm. And then we also have S3, 125 mm, right? So I will show you on the S1 first, all right? So for the S1, once you create the element, you just need to go to this attribute editor and adjust it based on the drawing, all right? For example, here, I change the name to S1, all right? I change the name to S1. And as you can see here, got another attribute which is for the category here. So you can see here it is suspended slab. Suspended slab should be the slab for the first, second floor. But for the ground floor slab, you should choose this one, the ground slab. All right, choose the ground slab. Okay. This one if you are doing the ground floor slab. All right. So you just need to click on the ground slab here. All right. Or maybe for today's training, you just can do the suspended slab. All right. But if you want to change to ground floor slab, also can. But make sure if you are at the ground floor, you need to change the category to the ground slab. All right. To change to the ground slab. So for the thickness, we can see here S1 is 175 mm. So you just need to change to 175 mm. All right. So once you're already done adjusting the details of your element in the attribute editor here, what you can do is actually you can use the draw function here and then use the point function. All right. So right now at the slide, you can actually use the point function or this one, the square, the rectangle function. So in order to able you to use this point function, you need to make sure that your slab is in enclosed area. All right, is an enclosed area. For example, I give you example. For example, this one is not your slab right now, right? But I will just give you example. For example, you want to actually have the slab here, but this one is not considered as an enclosed area because we don't have beam here, beam at the surrounding. So in this case, you can use this rectangle function. All right. So you just need to draw the rectangle like this. All right. In case if you want to draw the slab in the not enclosed area. All right. But for today, we can see that all our slab is in the enclosed area. So what we can do is we just need to use this draw function, this the point function in the draw tab. All right, make sure you are in the draw tab and use the point function here. All right. So right now we already, wait, I didn't change my, this one is S1. All right, so ground slab and 175 mm. So once I already adjust my attribute editor, I just need to go to this function, the point function, and then I can straightly point my slab. All right, I can straightly point my slab. For example, that one is S1. And then let me see if there is another S1 here. All right, I think that's all only. Okay, so that one is for the S1. And then for example, I want to point the S2 also. So just need to create a new element, All right, change it as a S2. And then my S2 is 150 mm. All right, so, and then don't forget to change the category to ground slab. And then the thickness is 150 mm. All right. So just now, for example, if I already done adjustment in my attribute editor and then I want to point the S2. And then right now the color is similar. So you don't know the difference. Where is the S1 and also which one is the S2. But if you want to change, you can also change the color for your element, for your entity. All right. So for example, this one for the S2, you want to change the color. You can just go to the bottom part here and you can see here, display style. All right, so got another option for the display style here. And then you just need to click on this plus button here. All right, just need to click on the plus button here and you can actually change the color. All right, for example, I change it as this one, the light blue one. All right, once I change it, I will click the point function here and then I point my slab. All right. So right now you can see that our S2 slab is different in color with our S1 slab. All right. So you just need to point all the slab that you have. Okay. So maybe you can do your slab first, and then if you already done your slab, you can put in the chat as done slab. All right. can repeat, I will repeat for the S3. All right, for example, I create a new element. All right, I change the name to S3. S3, and then I change the category to ground slab because we are currently at ground slab. And then I change the thickness to 125 mm. All right. And then once you already edit your attribute editor, maybe I want to change the color here. You can also change it. All right. Then I just need to click on this point function at the draw tab, use the point function and point my slab. All right. All right. So that is how you can actually do your slab. All right. You can do first and let me know in the chat if you are done with your slab. All right. Aisha already done her slab. What about others? Are you able to point your slab? Or you want me to repeat again? All right, Alia also done with her slab. How about Zainur, Fatiha, Inshira, Hafiz? Are you able to do your slab? Can I proceed to the next element? All right. Okay, good. Okay, once we already done our slab, so I want to teach you, for example, here, as you can see here, we have a drop. Our slab have a drop here. So what we can do if we have this kind of slab. All right. So for now, I will just hide my beam and column first. All right. So for now, for just now, I said for the column, if you want to hide it, you can press C. Right. So for the beam, you can see here, you just need to press B if you want to hide the beam. All right. So I just hide my beam and column first. All right. So for example, I want to do adjustment in this slab because currently it has dropped here. So what we can do is, all right. So just now for the beam, all right. For the beam, we use the break function, right? So for the slab, we need to use another function. So who can tell me? Yes. But you are very advanced because she already gave the answer. So for the slab, we need to use the split function. All right. So we need to use the split function. So how we can actually split this slab is just go to the draw tab and then click on this split function. All right. Split function. Once you click on it, you can see here, select entity and right click to confirm. All right. So for example, you want to split this slab. Okay. All right. So just click on this beam and right click to confirm. All right. So once you right click to confirm, you can see another instruction is on the specify first point. So for example, I want to break it here because here we got a 25 mm drop, right? So you just need to click on this one and then click at the other side. All right. So once you click both sides, and then you just need to right click to confirm. All right. So once you right click to confirm, you can see that we already have two pieces of slab. All right. We already have two pieces of slab. All right. So that's how you can actually split the slab. All right. So as I mentioned just now, here is the shortcut function. For example, I want to see this slab. All right. So what we can do is actually we actually can go to this first, second, third, fourth function here. All right. When you click on it, you can see that there is a small icon, small arrow here. So you just need to click on it. You can see that we have a list of on how we can actually view our model. All right. So right now I want to view the model from this side. All right. So how we can actually do that is wait. All right, so how we can actually do that is you can just go to click on this small icon here, and then I want to view the right view. So I just click on the right, and then as you can see, I able to see my model from the right side. So this one is the slab that I clicked just now. All right, this one is the slab that I clicked just now. Okay. So when I zoom in, you can see that I already have two pieces of slab, and I want the slab to have the 25 mm drop. All right, 25 mm drop. So what can I do is actually, I just need to click on this slab, right? Click on this slab. And then once you click on it, you can just do the adjustment. Yes, minus 0.025. Yes, you can just do adjustment here. All right. And you just click on minus 0.025. And then you enter, and you can see that currently our slab have been moved to a little bit, and then we have the drop here. All right. Okay, so maybe you can try first. You can try first, and then let me know if you cannot do this part. All right. And if you're done, if you're done, split your slab and also do adjustment, put in the chat as done split. All right. For the one Aisha, you don't have the split option. Means in your draw here, you don't have the split option. You don't have, or you're unable to click on it. For one Aisha, can I confirm with you if you you means you cannot split, or you cannot press on it, or I have to right click. Baru ada option. If you press escape, you don't have the. Oh, I see. You're using our license or your company license, yeah? Should be we have this one, or maybe you are right now in the slab element, right? As what happened to one Aisha, yes, as she mentioned just now, she don't have the split function here. So by right, it should have the split function here. But if you cannot find the split function here, you can just, for example, you go to the slab here, and then when you select the slab, and then you right click, and then you can see here there is option for the split here. All right. That one is another way if you don't want to go to here and you want to directly right click from here. All right. And then you can see here the split function. Is it okay, Wan Aisha? All right. So for the others, are you able to do the split? To split your slab and also do the adjustment for the drop? All right, Nizam already done. How about others? If you guys already done splitting the slab and also do the adjustment, you can put in the chat box, all right? So for Zin why the instruction under the drawing disappear? How can I restore? You mean this function, this instruction? All right. So for example, I accidentally close it, and then once you accidentally close it, you can see here at the right bottom part here, you can see got the blue icon there, right? So you just need to click on it, and then you are able to see the instruction again. Is it okay? All right, welcome. So if you guys already done splitting your slab, you can put in the chat box, all right? For Inshira, can you repeat the instruction? You mean the instruction for splitting the slab? Is it? All right. So for example, you find out that one of your slab need to have a drop. All right. So for example here, maybe I can do at another. All right. Maybe I can do here at the grid line 13A1B. All right. So here we got another drop here. So I want to split this slab. So what can I do is, for example, the instruction below not showing. So for example, here is the instruction that you want, right? This one, right? So if you accidentally close it, for example, I close it here, and then you can go to here at the bottom part here. You can see my mouse, right? At the right side and right bottom part here, you can see this symbol, this blue icon here. All right, this blue icon here, and then you just need to click on it, and once you click on it, you can see again the instruction. Is it okay for Inshiro? All right, welcome. So how about others? Are you able to split the slab? If yes, put in the chat as a yes or done slab. All right, thank you everyone. Okay, so if you're done doing the slab, okay, so now we already done with the structure, with the column, beam, slab. All right, so the next thing that we need to proceed is we want to have the architectural drawing, because we want to proceed with the wall, door and window, lintel, finishes, and so on. So just now at the beginning of the class, we only import the structural drawing, right? So here you can see the structural drawing. All right, revise structural layout. So if you want to close it, you if you want to close the list of your drawing here, you can just click on this minus button here. All right. So right now we only have revised structural drawing, revised structural layout. Sorry. So right now we want to proceed with the wall. So in order to allow us to proceed with the wall, we need to import or we need to add our architectural drawing first. So the step is similar to just now. So all right, so maybe you guys can put the step if you want to add the drawing, what we need to do in order to add the drawing. Any one of you can answer. We need to add the drawing first, and then what the next step that we need to do after adding the drawing. All right, yes. All right, so same as just now, we need to add the drawing first, and then if the drawing have a few floor plan, you need to split it, and then you need to relocate it. All right. So for one Aisha, for the exist grid line, you don't have to do once again because just now we already do the exist grid. So the exist grid is only for one time. Okay. So this time you just need to add the drawing, split, and also relocate the drawing. All right. So at here you can just press the add drawing here, add the drawing, and choose revise architecture for basic training. All right, choose revise architecture for basic training. All right, and once you choose it, you click on open. All right, click on open. Revise architecture for basic training. All right, so click on open. And then once you click on open, you can see, you just double click on at the drawing manager here, you can double click at your drawing here. All right, so once you double click on it, you can see that we already have the architectural drawing here. So in this drawing, we have the ground floor plan, first floor plan, and also roof plan. So like you guys mentioned in the chat earlier, after we add drawing, we need to split the drawing. All right. So you just go to this split function and do the splitting process. All right. So right click and just select the drawing name and then click on OK. All right. Go to this split function, highlight your drawing, click on this split function, highlight your drawing, right click, and then zoom in your drawing and click on this first floor plan and click on OK. All right. And same goes to the roof plan. Highlight the drawing, right click to confirm, and then click on the roof plan and then click on OK. All right. So because just now for the structural drawing, I already teach you on how we can actually split and relocate the drawing. Maybe for the architectural one, you can proceed first. I will give you 5 minutes to split your drawing and also to relocate your drawing. And then once you are done split and relocate your drawing, you can put in the chat as a done relocate. All right. All right, Zin already done relocate the drawing. How about others? Are you able to do, or you already forget on how we can actually relocate the drawing? All right. So once you done add the new add drawing, split and also relocate the drawing, so I can proceed to the next element, which is wall. All right. All right. So for the wall, make sure again every time you want to start your modeling, you need to see here. Wait. Every time you want to start your modeling, make sure you see this first, which is whether you are at ground floor or any other floor. So right now, we want to do the ground floor. So make sure this one is ground floor. All right. So once you already make sure that you already in the ground floor, you just sorry, you just need to click on this ground floor here, revise architecture. All right, so just double click on it. And once you double click on it, you can see that right now we already have the drawing here. So for example, as I mentioned just now, if you want to proceed with the wall, but you don't want to, because right now it is a bit confusing because we already have our beam, slab, and also column. So maybe you can hide at your column, beam, and also slab first. So in order to hide, just press C for the column, B for the beam, and also S for the slab. All right, S for the slab. If you can't remember the shortcut, you just go to here and see what is the bracket alphabet there. All right. So I just hide the others element first because I want to show it to you on how we can actually do the wall. All right. On how we can actually do the wall. All right. So for the wall, for today we're going to do the RC wall and also masonry wall. So for the RC wall is actually for this one. We have the swimming pool here. All right, we have the swimming pool here, and we assume that here is our RC wall. So what we can actually do is, all right, so remember to go to the element first. For example, wall. All right, just click on this wall, and then under the wall you can see that we have 4 options here. All right, so for today we're going to use this wall. All right, so click on the wall. And once you click on it, you need to create the element. All right, create the element first. And then once you click on this plus button, you can see that we have 3 types of wall. All right, we have a normal wall, irregular wall, and also parametric wall. You can use it based on your project. But for today, we're going to learn on this normal wall. Sorry. So you just click on this wall. Okay. Once you click on it, you can see once you already create the element, the next thing that you need to do, like I mentioned just now, we need to adjust our attribute editor here. All right. So this one maybe because this one I want to do the swimming pool wall, so we can just name it as a swimming pool wall. All right. Swimming pool. Alright. You put name as a swimming pool, and then next is you need to change the category, because by default when you create a new wall and then our software just do this one, the category is brick wall, but right now we want to do the RC wall, so we need to change the category. All right, so we need to you just double click on it, you can see that there is a drop down button here, and you choose the structural wall. All right, choose the structural wall. When you choose it, the material will be changed automatically to in situ concrete. All right, in situ concrete. Okay, that one for the name and category. So the next thing that you need to check is on the thickness. For example, as you can see here, there is no indication mentioning about the thickness of the wall. So in that case, if you want to measure, for example, if you want to measure your element, what you can do is actually you can go to the draw button here and then measure the distance here. All right, yes, correct. For Nur Fatihah, you can measure the distance. All right, just click on the measure distance here and you zoom it a little bit and then you just measure. Point the first point and then you measure it until here. And you can see right now our thickness for the swimming pool wall is 150 mm. All right, so that's on how you can actually measure the distance. All right, in the draw tab here. So just now 150. All right, so just change as 150. All right, so once you change the attribute editor, then you can start pointing your wall, or you can start making your wall. So for the wall, you can use the line function here. All right, or maybe your wall is in square, a rectangular. So you just need to use this rectangular. But if your wall is like this, all right, you can use the line function. All right, so just click, make sure you go to the draw tab here and then choose the line function, and then you can start do your wall. All right, you can start do your wall. All right. Later adjust. All right. So once you already done it, you can see view the 3D, and then you can see we have the swimming pool wall there. All right. So, but this swimming pool wall is not correct, because swimming pool wall should be elevated in the ground, right? So this one is like a normal wall. So after this, I will show you on how we can adjust it. But before that, maybe you can try to do your wall first. And then once you do, you just put in the chat as a done wall, right? All right, Zain and Aisha already done the wall. How about others? All right. So once you're done creating the wall, all right, the wall for the swimming pool. So for the swimming pool, as you can see here, the the wall should be below ground level, right? Because as you can see here, our ground floor elevation is 83.4, but our floor finish level for the swimming pool is 81.95. All right. So in this case, what we can actually do is, all right. So we need to use this. We need to use this function: start top elevation, end top elevation, start bottom elevation, and end bottom elevation. But before we adjust it on this one, I want to explain to you how we can actually understand this start top and start bottom elevation. All right. So for this one, all right. So for this one, for example, this is your entity, all right? This one is your wall, all right? So every entity have their own start bottom and also start top elevation. So if you want to, for example, if you want to change the elevation for that particular element, you need to choose the element first, and then you can straight away do the adjustment in here. All right, so make sure you need later on when I want to change the elevation for this swimming pool wall, make sure you need to select the wall first, and then later on we can straight away do the adjustment in here. Because as you can see here, the start top elevation, end top elevation, start bottom elevation, and end bottom elevation here is in a gray color. Gray color means private attribute. All right. So if it is private attribute, you need to select which entity first, then you can proceed to do the adjustment in this attribute editor. All right. So before we do the adjustment here, I will explain to you first. All right. So for example, this is our wall. All right. The blue one is on our wall. So as you can see here, we have start top elevation and end top elevation. All right. So for the start top, what is actually start top elevation and end top elevation? So as you can see here, each element is basically have their own start and end point. All right. So how we can actually see where is the start and where is the end of the entity is by. All right. So I will. All right. I will open my on-screen keyboard. All right. So you in your keyboard, at your keyboard, you just need to press this one. Press this one. All right. So once you press on it, all right. Once you press on it, you can see. Sorry. All right. So you can see there is a arrow. This is an arrow here. All right. So you can see arrow here. Once you click on that symbol just now. All right. Okay. So for example, for this wall, all right. For example, this wall, when I click on that symbol just now, the arrow is from here to here. So basically, this is the this is the start. Here is the start entity, and this one is the end entity. All right. So that one is on how we can actually know which one is start and which one is end. So we go back to my notes here. So you can see here, for example, this wall, the start point is here, all right, and then the end point is here. So for this one is a start top elevation. Start top elevation here means here the start, and then this one is top and bottom. For example, this is your entity. Your entity also have the top elevation and also have the bottom elevation. All right. So start top elevation is basically here. All right. Start top elevation, and my end top elevation is basically here. All right. My top elevation. My end top elevation is basically here. And then same goes as my bottom elevation. But my bottom elevation has two also, start bottom and also end bottom. So the start bottom is here because my arrow is from here to here. So this is my start bottom elevation, and this one is my end bottom elevation. All right. So why we have these four type of elevation? So this elevation basically because if your, for example, if your wall have a variable height, for example, this one is only 5 meter, but this one is 6 meter. So you can make use this function. All right. But by default, if you can see here, you can only click on the start top elevation and also start bottom elevation. All right. But if you want to use the end top elevation here, what you can do is you just need to click on this clip here, the orange clip here. So once you click on it, you are able to do the adjustment here. All right. But by default, this one you are unable to do adjustment. All right. So later on, if you guys have this kind of wall, all right, you can make use the end top elevation and also end bottom elevation. All right. But if for this swimming pool wall, it only have one height, which is 1.5. All right, which is 1.5. Let's say in that case, all right, you can just assume this one at the top one basically have the start top elevation and end top elevation. But if it only have one height, you can just assume it as a start top elevation. And then the bottom one is a start bottom elevation. All right. So that one is on how you can actually understand on the elevation. So for the elevation, are you guys clear on it, or you want me to explain again? Everybody clear on this elevation? All right, thank you. All right. So right now we want to do the adjustment because our swimming pool wall, this one as you can see in the drawing here, our ground floor bottom elevation is 83.4. All right, so this one is 83.4, my ground floor level. So my swimming pool finish level is 81.95. All right, this one should be the start bottom elevation for my for my swimming pool wall. All right. So what we can do if you want to adjust the elevation is, all right, so you can just click the wall one by one, or maybe if you want to to be fast, you can just go to here. All right, at the left side, at the top left here, you can see there is a select function here. All right. So you just go to this badge. All right. Click on this badge, and then you can see here. All right. You just click on the swimming pool wall, and once you click on it, you just press OK, and then our software able to select all your swimming pool wall. All right. So maybe I will show my model from the left side. All right. Left view. I choose the left view here. Okay, right now we want to do adjustment for this swimming pool wall. All right. So what we can do is actually, like I said just now, I need to adjust the floor start bottom elevation first. All right. At the start bottom elevation here, all right, at the start bottom elevation here, for example, 83.4 minus 81.95 is basically 1.45. So basically my swimming pool wall is 1.45 meter high. All right, in order to do the adjustment here, so my floor bottom elevation here is 83.4. So you need to minus 1.5. All right, so you double click on it and minus 1.45. All right, so you click enter and you can see our wall will be elevated to the below ground. All right, so when I click on enter, and you can see our wall already being adjusted. All right, this one is 1.45 between here from the ground level to here. Okay, so need to adjust the start bottom elevation first, and then after we adjust it, we want to remove this one. All right, remove the 4 meter height. So what we can do is at the floor top elevation here, we need to minus 4. Why 4? Because our current ground floor level is 4 meter height, right? So we need to do the adjustment in the floor top elevation. All right, at the start top elevation here, you just go to this one, double click and minus 4. All right. When you minus 4, you can see, when you click enter, you can see that our wall will be adjusted. All right. So for example, I minus 4 and then I click on enter, and then you can see our swimming pool wall already being adjusted. All right. So is everything clear? If you guys understand, you can proceed to do your swimming pool wall, and then after you are done, you just put as a done swimming pool wall. All right. All right. So you are clear with the swimming pool wall. Okay. Okay, once we've done with our swimming pool wall, same as the others, you need to have the slab here, right? So for the slab, you just go to the slab element, all right? You just go to the slab element, all right? Go to the slab element, and maybe you can, because this one don't have any details on what is the thickness of the slab here, all right? So you just, maybe you can choose whatever slab thickness that you want, and then you just click on it, and then you just need to point your slab, your swimming pool slab, all right? All right, so when, for example, if you try to point it and then this step appear, all right? It's mentioned here, a gap exists between swimming pool ID here, all right? So why this happen? Because right now, just now I mentioned to you that if you want to use the point function, we need to have an enclosed area, right? So for example, I double click on these gaps, and you can see here, there's a gap here. So what can I do is, maybe you can extend it manually, or you don't want to extend it, you can just click on here. So our software can extend it for you. So for example, I click on this extend. All right. So once we click on this extend, and then you try to point again. All right. So you are, right now you are able to point your slab, swimming pool slab. So up until here, you can see here that right now my slab is at the ground level. So what you need to do is, you need to do the adjustment same as the wall just now. All right, so you need to select your slab. All right, you need to select your slab and then do the adjustment in here. All right. All right. So you need to minus 1.45. All right. That one is on the swimming pool slab. Are you able to do the swimming pool slab? If yes, just put as a done slab. All right, thank you for the response. Okay. So right now we already done the the swimming pool area. So we proceed to the wall. All right, we proceed to the wall again because just now we already do the swimming pool wall, right? So right now we want to do the masonry wall here. So how we can actually do the masonry wall? Okay, so you just go to the wall element here and then same as the previous one, just need to create a new element. All right, create a new element and choose a normal wall here. All right, so once you choose it, you need to do adjustment in the attribute editor. All right, so as you can see here, the category is correct, which is the brick wall. All right, and then once you already create the wall, create the element, you can just straight away to do the auto identify. All right, the manual process is similar as the beam, so you just need to go to this draw button here, draw tab here, and then you just need to use the line function here and create your wall. All right, for example, all right, so in this case you will need to measure your distance first. So for example, my wall is 150 mm. All right, so I adjust here as 150 mm. Add the thickness, and then at the draw tab here, use the line function and just I can straight away do my wall. All right. All right. That one is how you can actually do the manual identify for your wall. All right. So I will straight away proceed to the to the auto identify. All right. So for the auto identify, you need to go to this identify tab. All right. Go to the identify tab here, and then as you can see here, there is another step. All right, so the first step is actually pick the concrete wall sideline. All right, so the next step is pick door and window sideline, and then the third step is pick wall label, and then we can start auto identify. All right, but for this one, for the first step, they have another option here. As you can see, got another small drop down function here. All right, so when you click on it, you can see you can choose whether it is a concrete wall sideline or masonry wall sideline. All right, so for this one, I want to auto identify my brick wall, so I select the pick masonry wall sideline. All right, click on the masonry wall sideline here. All right, so I can start pick my wall sideline. So for example, this is my wall. I need to select on the wall sideline. All right, select on it. Right click to confirm. All right, the next step is click on this one. Pick door and window sideline. So once you click on it, you need to click on your wall, on your door, all right? And then you need to click on your window sideline. All right, so once you click both of it, you just need to right click, and then once you already done with the pick door and window sideline, you just need to go to here, pick wall label. Okay, so for the wall label, you can see just need to pick wall label, and you can see at the left side here what the wall label 110 mm thickness. All right, so just click on it and then right click and then straight away click the auto identify per slice. All right, and then click yes. Okay, so that's how you can actually auto identify your wall. All right. So are you able to auto identify your wall? Maybe you can auto identify your wall first, and then I will explain to you on how we can actually separate it to external and internal wall. All right. If you already auto identify your wall, you can put in the chat as done wall. All right. All right. Okay. All right. So for the wall, in the BQ, the wall will be separated between the external and also internal wall. So right now, our software, when we do the when we create the element, when we auto identify the wall, it is categorized as interior wall. All right, you can see here interior wall. So how we can actually split it to the interior wall and also exterior wall. All right, so for the wall, all right, what you need to do is actually, for example, you can see here, all right, you can see here, for example, this wall, all right, this part of wall should be the internal wall, right? And then this one, it should be the external one. So in this case, you need to break your wall first. All right, you need to break your wall first, because right now we want to categorize this one as an internal wall, and then this one is as an external wall. So how we can actually do that is actually, you can go to the draw tab here, and then use the break function here. All right, use the break function. All right, so once you click the break function here, you can see there is an instruction here, select entity and right click to confirm. So you just select your wall and then right click to confirm. And then the next instruction is select the breakpoint and right click to confirm. So here, we just need to select on the breakpoint here, all right? And then once you select the breakpoint, you can see the X here, and then you need to right click to confirm. All right, so once you already break your wall, you can see that currently we have two pieces of wall. All right, we have two pieces of wall. So maybe in order to separate between the external and internal wall, you can go through your drawing. All right, so you go through your drawing and identify which one that need to be break. All right. So I can show you again. For example, this wall. All right. So this one, for this wall, for example, this part should be the external wall, and this part should be the internal wall, right? So what we need to do is we just need to click on this break function at the draw tab, click the break function here, and then select the wall, right click to confirm, and then select the breaking point. All right, select the breaking point and right click to confirm. Once you right click, you can see that you already have two pieces of wall. All right, so you do this part first, and then after you're done breaking your wall, you can put in the chat as a done break. All right. All right, so Zainur and also Fatihah already done breaking the wall. How about others? All right. All right. So you guys already done breaking your wall, right? So once you are done, okay. So maybe if you're done, maybe you can make adjustment on this name for your easy reference. For example, this one is detected as a MS 100. So I just change as the internal brick wall 100 mm. All right. And then this one I rename it as a internal brick wall 150 mm. All right. For Jin Yi Lim, may I know if I overlap the RC wall intersection with Golden Auto deduct the overlap part? Yes. Our software able to deduct the overlap part. All right. So you guys already done for the splitting part, right? So I will show you on how we can actually separate the wall into the external one and also the internal one. All right. So for this one, for example, all right. So for this one, for example, I want to select to separate all the wall to the external wall, right? So for example, maybe I show you on. Right, so maybe I can show you on this 100 mm brick wall. All right, so in order to know where is the location of my internal brick wall 100 mm, all right, 100 mm, and then you just need to go to this select function, and then you click on this bash function. All right, you just click on this bash function and click 100 mm, internal brick wall 100 mm. All right, you just click on it and press OK. All right, when you press OK, you can see that there is 3 locations where is your internal brick wall. You got here one, all right, and you got here also and here, all right. For one Aisha, may I know why all my doors and window gone after auto select the wall? All right. Maybe you can go to this layer manager and click on the original layer here. Or maybe you can click on this pick layer, because just now, while auto identify the wall, we already pick the sideline of the wall and also doors. All right, so if you cannot see your doors and windows, you can just go to the layer manager here and click on this peak layer. All right, is it okay? All right, so I proceed to the just now 100 mm brick wall. All right, so for example, I want to find out where is the location of my internal brick wall 100 mm. So I just go to the here to select button here and then click on the bash, and then I click on 100 mm brick wall. All right, so as you can see here, this one is the internal wall. All right, so this one is correct, already internal wall, but this one should be the external wall. So what can I do is actually, all right, so when you want to spread the between the external and internal, you must select. For example, now you want to separate the external wall, so you need to spread you need to select the wall. All right, once you select on it, you need to just go to here. You just go to here and change the name to external brick wall. All right, external brick wall, and maybe you want to change the color also, so that you can actually see the difference. All right, so you scroll to the bottom part here, and then got the display style function here, and then you click on it, and then in the fill color here, you can change the color. All right, so for example, I change to this purple. All right, and I click on enter. Once you click on enter, you can wait. All right, so I change this one first, external. All right, so once I click on enter, you can see that the software able to create another item, another element, which is for the external brick wall. All right, so right now we already have the internal brick wall of 150 mm, and we also have the external brick wall for 100 mm. All right, and then if you can see in the drawing, the color already being changed. All right, the color already being changed to the purple. All right, so that's how you can actually split but the next thing that you need to adjust is in here. For example, just now you already adjust the name to external brick wall, right? So in this column, in this row for the interior and exterior, you need to change it to exterior wall. All right, so make sure you do the adjustment in the attribute editor, and then you press enter, and then your software able to separate your brickwork to the internal and also external. All right, so maybe I can repeat again for the 100 mm, for the 150 mm thickness. All right, so for example, I need to select one by one my wall first for the external wall. All right, so you just click first your external wall. All right, this one I haven't break, so I need to break first. All right, so I click one by one my external wall. All right, all right, so I already select all my external wall. All right, and then what I need to do next is actually adjusting the name here. All right, so just go to here and then adjust the name as external. All right, external, and then you press enter. Once you press enter, you can see here in the element list, it will add on another element, which is the external brick wall 150 mm. So you click on enter, and you can see got another element here. And then the next thing that you need to do is you just need to do the adjustment in the interior and exterior wall here. So you click as exterior, and also you can change the color here. All right, I change to this color, and then I click enter, and then you can see in your drawing. All right, so you already have your external wall. All right, so maybe you can do first. After you break your wall, then you can rename your wall you select the external wall and rename it to the external. And then after you are done doing that part, you can put in the chat as a done external wall. All right. All right, Zainur already done separating the external wall. How about others? All right, it's okay. So are you okay with the separating the external and internal wall? For Ishiro, a little struggling, but okay. So, are you able to understand on how we can actually spread the external wall? Or you want me to repeat again? All right. Maybe the step is a bit confusing, but once you're familiar with it, you can actually do it. The external wall. All right. Yongchun, okay. How about others? Can I proceed to the next element? All right. So as you can see here, when we auto-identify just now, we already done our swimming pool wall, right? So when we auto-identify for the masonry brick wall, our software detect this one as a wall also. So in that case, you just need to select the wall and you just need to delete it, all right? Select the wall and also delete. All right. Okay, so once we have done with the wall, the next element that I want to show you is actually on the door and windows. All right, for the door and windows, it is very easy. So, so for the door and window, you just need to go to door and window opening here. All right, at the element list here, go to the door and window opening, and then you click on door. All right. So for the door, I believe for the every project they have their own door and window schedule, right? So as you can see here in our, if you notice in our drawing, for example, if you click on this revised architectural, our master drawing for the revised architectural plan here, all right? So when you double click on it, you can see that here at the bottom part here, we actually have the window and door table, all right? So make sure you click on the revised architectural plan here. You double click on it and you can see there's a window, there's a schedule for the window and door. All right. So what we can do if we have this kind of table, all right. So we just need to go to our identify tab here. All right, identify tab here. And then once you go to here, you can see here the auto identify process. We have 4 steps here. Just the first one is identify the door and window schedule. The second step is pick door or window sideline. The third step is pick door and window label. And then the fourth step is the auto identify. So we need to do the first step first. We just identify the door and window schedule. All right. So when what you need to do is actually wait. All right. So what you need to do is actually you click on this identify door and window schedule. All right. Click on it. And then as per instruction below, you can see select the door and window schedule to identify. So you just left click here and highlight your window and door schedule. All right. You highlight it and then you right click to confirm. All right. So once you right click to confirm, there is another tab pop up here, which is the identify door and window schedule. All right. So as you can see here, this is the door and window that already being identified by our software. So you can see here, this is the this is the name for each column. All right. So you can see here, when you double click on each column here, you can see there is a drop down button here. So when you double click on it, you can see, you can choose. For example, this one, just now it is detected as width. And then you want to change it, you just need to double click on it and click the name. All right. Same goes as this one. Double click on it and choose as the width and height. All right, width and height, because in our window and shadow door and window schedule just now, it's mentioned as width times height. So you just need to choose the width height, and then the others you can the software able to detect it correctly. All right. So once we already put the complete name for each column here, as you can see here, the second row is the second and third row. We can actually delete it. All right, because our door start at the fourth column, the fourth row here. So for the second and also the third row here, you can just highlight it. All right, highlight it, and then you can right click to delete the row. Delete the row. Sorry, you can delete the row here. All right. All right. So once you already made adjustment on the table, you just need to proceed with the identify here. All right, click on this identify here. So just now, right now, when you can see here, our door and window just now don't have any element, name. But once we click on this identify button, you can see that all your data for the door and window will be transferred to this element list. All right. So for example, I click on this identify button here. All right. Then as you can see here, our software able to detect the number 9 number of door and also 15 number of window, and then click on OK. All right. This one you can just cancel. You can click on cancel because we already auto identify it. We already identify the content, and then you just need to click on cancel, and then you can see here in the door and window we already have the element. All right, we already have the element. So that one is on the identify door and window schedule. So I repeat again, in order to identify your window and door schedule, you can just go to here. All right, at the draw tab here, just go to identify door and window schedule. All right, left click and highlight the tab, the schedule. All right, right click to confirm, and then do the adjustment in here. So delete any the row that is not important. So for example, just now I show you on need to right click and delete row, or maybe you can just delete from here. You can do from here. All right, and then just click OK, and then click on identify button here. All right, and then once you click on the identify button, you can see that all the door name already being transferred to our element list here. All right, that one is on how you can actually identify your door and window schedule. All right, so we need to go back to our ground floor plan here. All right, just double click on your ground floor plan here. All right, so right now we are going to start our auto identify for the door and window. All right, but for example, if you want to do manually, you can also do it. For example, this one is D5, and maybe you can just go to D5, and then you use in the draw tab. In the draw tab, you can use the point function and point your D5. All right, like normal, like all right. So once you point your D5, and you can see your D5 already being captured in the model. All right. That one is if you want to do the manual identify. All right. But right now we already have the list, the element list. So we want to do the auto identify. So what we need to do is we just go to the identify tab here. All right, just go to the identify tab here, and we already done with the first step here, and then we proceed to the second step. All right, so for the second step, it mentioned here pick door and window sideline. But for this for the door and window, we don't need to do this one because just now while we auto identify the wall, we already pick the door and window sideline, so we can skip this one. All right, so just proceed with this one, which is pick the door and window label. All right, so you just click on this one, pick door and window label, and then you zoom in your drawing and click on the D5 here. All right, click on the D5 here, and then right click to confirm. And then once you right click to confirm, you just go to auto identify and click on it. All right, so once you click on it, you can see that your door and window already being identified based on the location. All right, so you can do that first, and then once you're done with the auto identify for the door and door and window, you can put in the comment as done door. All right. All right. So for Jinyi, what if I forgot about the total number of door and window quantity? After I have done auto identify, can I check again on the door and window quantity that I have identified? Yes, later on, when you're done with the modeling, you can just go to this quantity tab here. All right, at the quantity tab here, and then you need to calculate first. All right, make sure you calculate first before you want to see the quantity. So you just need to click on this calculate, and then you can just select all which floor that you want, and then click on OK. All right, and then you can see, you can use this function, view quantity by category, and select which floor you want to see, and you are able to see how many number of door that already being identified in your model. All right. Okay. How about others? Are you able to identify the door and window? All right. So for example, just now I show you when we have the door and window scheduled in the CAD drawing, right? So for example, if you have the table in the Excel, you can still use it, because you can just go to this draw tab here, and then here got the element schedule function. All right, element schedule function, and when you click on it, you can import the Excel file to here. All right, that one if you have the schedule in your Excel. All right. All right. Once you're done with the window and door, the next thing that we need to do is actually oh, maybe we can, before we proceed to the linter and finishes, maybe we can have 15-minute breaks first, and then later on I will continue to do the linter. All right, is it okay for everyone? All right, so make sure you save your your model first, if you, to make sure your model is still there when you come back again. So later on, after 15 minutes, I will explain to you on the linter part. All right. For Jin Yi Lim, what if after I have done the auto identify for door and window, in the end, the entire door and the wall above, entire door and wall above the door become empty instead of the door part empty? How should I solve it? So you means after you auto identify, all right? After you auto identify, the top part here become empty, right? Is it correct? For Jin Yi Lim, can you show me your model? I will stop share my screen and you can share your screen. I see. Maybe your friend he deleted the whole thing. Wait, is it become like this? Oh, because your friend already delete the whole thing, so I can see what happened. So maybe your friend can try to do the auto identify first. Means your friend deleted the whole thing is for the wall only, or for the door and window only, or what? All right, so I stop share first, and then your friend can start sharing yours. All right. All right, so let me check the. This one your friend this one you didn't auto identify the what we call the door and window lagi kan? All right, so let me change to 2D first. All right.
Hello.
Maybe you can help me click on this 2D because this for my side it is a bit lagging. All right, so let me see. All right, so maybe we can try to. Oh, this one you haven't auto identified the door and window yet, right? Is it true? All right, this one I think because of your wall. All right, for example here, when I zoom in here, all right, so you can see here, for example here, your wall. All right, so maybe I can go to the wall. All right, to the wall, and then as you can see here, your wall is up until here only. All right, by right, your wall should be here also need to have the wall. So what you need to do is you need to make sure that the wall is until here. All right, this one is one case. Okay, and then let me see if there's another. I think this one also need to have the wall. All right, so as you can see here, your wall should be until here. All right, so in that case, it's same as this one also, this part also. All right, as you can see here, there's no wall here. Because of that, when you auto identify the door and window, you can't see the wall at the top part here. Because originally, when you auto identify your wall, the software unable to detect the wall here. So maybe let's say if you have this case, you need to go to the draw tab here, all right, and then use the extend function. All right, for example, I do one for you. All right, for example here, all right, should be have the wall here, right? So you just need to click on extend here. All right, maybe you need to delete one of the wall. All right, and click on extend. Choose the, let me zoom first. All right, choose the line and click on the wall that you wish to extend. So once you extend this part, when you do the auto identify for the door and window, the top part of the door will have the wall lah. All right, is it okay? Can I know your friend name?
Her name is Vicky.
Is
By the way,
everything clear?
I have one question is, what is the possible reason of having such issue that after auto identifying everything the wall, after auto identify the wall, right? Why there is a the height that why there's a big hole over there?
For Jin Yi Lim, is your friend okay with it?
Yeah, she is clear. Just that.
I think I already opened my. I don't know why. Because I cannot hear your voice.
Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Pete Jun Wong, I can't hear you. Wait, maybe my setting. Maybe because of my setting. All right, can you try to speak again?
Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
Wait, I think maybe my side have technical issues. All right, maybe you can try to speak again.
Hello.
I'm not sure why. But, yes, I can hear you. Yes, yes.
Good.
All right.
No,
Sorry,
it's just that I just have one question is that why there is such issue occur, like why there is a hole in the middle of the wall.
should be when you auto identify, maybe when you click the sideline of your wall, you wrongly click on it. Maybe you can try to do the auto identify for the wall again, and then see whether your wall able to detect all the area.
Oh, just that just when Vicky could try to identify again, and then when she pick up the sideline for door and window, the it will highlight the whole thing, including the wall and the door.
You want me to try to do it for you? Maybe you can share your screen again.
I think it's fine. Let's not drag the process. It's just that curious, like why is this happening?
Should be I think maybe because during the auto identify process at the wall part, at the wall element.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Sorry for the inconvenience.
It's okay. But you help.
All right. So after we're done with the door and window, the next element that we can do is actually lintel. All right. So now we already have our door and window here. All right. So in order to do the lintel, it is very easy because as you can see here, all right. As you can see here in the door and window opening tab here, so when you click on it, you can see here, got the lintel option, all right? So got the lintel option here. So you just need to click on this lintel, all right? And then you just need to create a new element for the lintel, all right? So you just need to create the element for the lintel and you can choose whichever type of lintel that you wish. All right, so for example, for today's training, I will use this one rectangular lintel. All right, so just click on this one, and then once you click on it, you can actually adjust. All right, adjust any information of your lintel here. All right, so I will just leave it as default here. So what I want to show you is actually on the auto arrange function. All right, so in the draw tab here, all right, in the draw tab here, you can see here got another option, another function for the auto arrange. All right, for the auto arrange. So when you click on this one, got a drop down button here. So when you click on this one, it will show you two options. All right, show you two options, which is the first one is the door window opening, ribbon window, and ribbon opening. And the second one is for the width of door/window opening. So what is actually the difference between these two? All right. So for example, I try to click on this one, the second one. All right. So I click on the second one here. When I click on it, you can see this is got the arrangement condition. All right, so for example, if your door, you don't want to have the lintel at the door which is less than 2,400. All right, so let's say if you have that kind of condition, you can use the second option here. All right, so you can use the second option here. So you just need to key in all the information here. All right, so but right now I will just assume that all our doors and windows have the lintel. So what we can do is actually, all right, just go to the draw tab here at the auto arrange button here. All right, click the first one. All right, click the first one. And once you click on it, you can see that there is an instruction here. Select the entity and right click to confirm. All right, so similar to the others, you just need to left click and highlight your drawing. All right, and then you right click to confirm. All right, once you right click to confirm, you can actually see the lintel have been generated in your model. All right, you can see your lintel already being generated in your model. All right, That one is on the lintel. So you can try to do the lintel, and then if you already done doing your lintel, you can put in the chat as a done lintel. All right. All right. So that one is on the lintel part. All right. So once we've done with the lintel, the next element that I want to teach you is actually on the finishes. All right, is on the finishes. So for the finishes, all right. So all right. So we go to these finishes. All right. So when you click on these finishes, you can see there is a lot. There's a few options. All right. So the first one is room. And the second one is floor finishes, waterproof, skirting, wall finishes, ceiling finishes, and also suspended ceiling. So for the floor finishes, wall finishes, skirting, and waterproof is actually a normal. For example, if you want to for example, in this one room, you want to create the floor finishes for this one room. You can actually just go to here and add your finishes, whether you want to be horizontal floor finishes or vertical floor finishes. So same goes as a waterproofing, skirting, and wall finish. So once you already create, for example, you already create a new floor finishes here, and then you just need to use the the point function here and point your room, your location, all right, your room. But for today, I want to show you. All right, we have another question. Have issue on the linter after highlight and right click confirm, but nothing happened. So maybe you can show me your screen. All right, so for the linter, you go to this draw, all right. Oh, I see. Wait, maybe I will request the remote control first. All right. So just now you have an issue when you click this one. All right. All right. So you click on this one, and then you click on this one. By right, the instruction here is select entity, right click to confirm, right? So when you highlight the drawing, and then you right click on it. Let me see if your. All right, so maybe I can. All right, so maybe I can delete this one first. All right, we create a new element. Okay, and then go to the draw tab here. Wait. Alright, so when we manually point it, you can see your lintel, but when you auto arrange, you can't see your lintel. Let me see. By right, the lintel should be able to detect, to arrange based on the door and window location. Alright. Alright, wait, yeah. For for Pete June, for Yong Chun, I try to do your letter but cannot. So maybe you can save you can save your file and then you can share it to me. All right. Then later I will check on you why for yours you can detect the linter one. Is it okay, Yong Chun? You save first and then once you save you all right. So for example, I try to I try to see whether you can share the. All right, wait. So just now you already save your file right now, right? Yes, and then that file you can actually try to put in the chat box here. If cannot, you can email it to me. Later I will check for you why your one cannot detect the linter. Maybe you can, yes, that one. Wait, I try to download. All right, wait. I try to download whether to see whether we can actually open it or not. For Siti Atika, I try to press the L because just now I try to point the linter at the door. We can point it and then we can see the linter. But when we do the auto arrange, the linter cannot be seen. I'm not sure why. So we need to check the file first. All right. Okay, Atika. All right. I think can. So later on, I will check for you first. For you. All right. Is it okay for the Yong Chun? All right. Thank you. Wait. All right. So just now we are talking about finishes. All right, sorry. So just now we are talking about finishes, right? Okay. So for the for the finishes, you can actually key in. For example, you have a room and you want to key in your floor finishes for that room. You can actually just key in manually from here. All right, from here. So you can just add element and edit the attribute editor here. But for today, I'm going to teach you on how you can actually use the room function. So it will be easier for you to point the finishes in each room. All right. So for example, here in the room here, for the room, you can actually have the element list. All right. For the element list in the room, for example, you want this one. I try to do the manually first in order to make sure that you are able to understand what is the function of room. All right. So for example, I have this one room and this one room which is the maid bath. All right. So I just go to the room function here and click on plus here. All right. And then click on the room here. So once you click on the room, you can see that there is another tab here, which is the attached element type and also attached element attribute. All right, so what we can actually do is actually, this one, as you can see, we already create a room and the room is named as room 1. So when you want to do the adjustment in terms of the name of the room, you can do it here in the attribute editor. All right, in the attribute editor here. So for example, I want to change it as a made buff. All right. So I just go to attribute editor here and then make adjustment. All right. So for example, made buff. All right. So that one is on the name for this room. And then for this room, you want to have, for example, you want to have the floor finishes, waterproof scripting, wall finishes, ceiling finishes, and also suspended shielding. So what you can do is actually under the made bathroom here, you can actually add the attached element type here. All right. So for example, for the floor finishes, you want to add a type of floor finishes in the bathroom here. So you just click on this floor finishes and then you can click on this plus button and you can see there's an option which is whether it is horizontal floor finishes or vertical floor finishes. All right, so maybe you can choose horizontal floor finishes. And then once you already add a new floor finishes in this room, for these floor finishes, you need to make adjustment in this one, in this tab, attach element attribute. All right. So for example, for the floor finishes, it is actually, for example, homogeneous style. So you just do adjustment in this attach element attribute. All right. Homogeneous style, for example. All right. And then you can adjust the thickness and position. All right, same goes as other. For example, for the waterproof, you want to add waterproof for this room, you can just click on the waterproof, click the waterproof part here, and then add the new element here. All right. When you add a new element, you can see whether you want to have the horizontal waterproof or vertical waterproof. All right. So you just need to click on this horizontal waterproof. And if you want to make adjustment in terms of the name or thickness of this waterproof, you need to do adjustment in this attached element attribute. All right. So, so in a simple explanation, this one attribute editor is actually when you want to make changes in the room name. And then when you want to add finishes in the made bathroom here, you can do it here in the attached element type. And after you already assign the floor finishes or waterproofing in this room, if you want to make adjustment on that particular finishes, you need to make adjustment in this attached element attribute. All right. So are you guys understand on what is actually the function of each tab here? If yes, you can put in the chat as yes. All right. All right. So that one is on how you can actually do the room in manually. So right now, as you can see in my training material. All right, we are. All right. In the training material, we have all right, so we have this one, finish table. So how we can actually use this finish table? So for example, in a project, you create a finish table. All right, so for example, I open this one first. All right, so this is the finish table that you can actually create when you receive your project. All right, so you just need to, for example, list down all the room that you have in your project, and then you assign the floor finishes for that particular room, the wall finishes, ceiling finishes, and also sitting. And then once you already have this kind of format, all right, when you already have this kind of format, you can actually make use in our TAS. All right. So for example, here, sorry. All right. For just now, let me see. Yongchun, you have issue regarding the linter, right? So my colleague already checked for me. So based on the checking, the issue is actually based on your wall. All right. So maybe you can check your wall whether your brick wall is your when you auto identify the wall, you choose it as a masonry wall or a structural wall. All right. For Yongchun. Later, after this, you can check on your wall type whether it is brick wall or brick wall or RC wall. All right. All right. So we proceed to this one on the finishes. Okay. So how you can actually use the finishes table that we have in the Excel just now. All right. So for example, I delete this one first. All right, so because this one I just want to show it to you. So here, as you can see in the draw tab here, all right, in the draw tab here, you can actually have you can see this function as a finish schedule. All right, we have this function as a finish schedule. So you just need to click on this one. All right, once you click on it, you can see you can actually import the Excel format here. All right, so you just need to click on the import Excel here and find the finishes table just now. All right, so you click on it, and once you click on it, the software will automatically key in your finish in our software. So for example, same as the door and window just now, you need to check on the heading. All right. So for example here, our software unable to detect this column. So this column is basically when you double click on it, you can see it is a room. It is a room. So you just need to click on the room. All right. So the others one is I think is correct. All right. So once you already check on the heading for each of your column, you can actually delete the unrelated information. For example, the second row, we didn't need to have it. All right. So just right click and click on delete the row. All right. So once you already check on the heading of your column and so on, you just can click on this identify button here. All right, just click on identify button here, and then once you click on it, it will be pop up a prompt. All right, so how many numbers of your floor finishes, how many number of your skirting, and also interior wall. All right, so you just click on OK. And then once you click on OK, you can see here in the element list, we got the software already auto input your room type. All right, auto input your room type in the element list here. So you just can click on cancel here. All right. So from here, as I mentioned just now, when we click on the, for example, I click on the type A, WC, you can actually see what type of floor finishes, skirting, and also wall finishes that have been assigned to this room based on your Excel. All right. That one is on how you can actually use the finish schedule that you have in the Excel. All right. For the others, you can try to import your finish schedule first. All right. And then once you're done, you can put in the chat as a done finish schedule. All right. For Kaiwen, can I know where to get the finish table in Excel file? By right, the finish table is together with the training material that I provide to you. But it's okay. I try to I try to share the finish table in the chat. You can download it for Kaiwen. All right. Is it okay, Kaiwen? You have your finish table now? Finishes table? Right, so for the others already done the finish. For Kaiwen, you unable to download my finish table that already being uploaded in the chat, right? Sorry. You are unable to download it or wait. Yes. By right, the finishes table is together with the training material. But is everyone can see my file in the my finishes table file in the chat box? Yes. I'm not sure why Kaiwen can see my file. All right, so for the others, that's all for today. We will stop until here, and then later on, and then for tomorrow we will proceed to point the finishes in each room. All right, is it okay? Is it okay for everyone? For Kaiwen, my finishing schedule looks different. You wait you use the finishes schedule in the training material or the one that I provide to you in the chat? For Kaiwen Tan got food court, food store in the training material. Maybe you can try to use my training material. But I'm not sure why you can't see my shared file in the chat. I try to send personally to you first, alright? And then for the others, you can actually, we will start our training for today's until the finishes, and tomorrow we can continue with pointing the finishes in each room. All right. So have a good rest and thank you for your time today. Don't forget to for Inshira Azman, can we get the recording to rewatch? Yes, I will email to you the recording. All right. Bye. Have a nice rest, everyone. All right.
Recording stopped.
Welcome. Have a nice day. Sorry, have a nice rest.